What's up, Steven? What's up? Oh, got a full class. Okay, good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Last class of the semester.
It was over Tuesday, but if you have any questions, let me know. We'll go over them.
Right. I have a question.
Okay.
Um, can we go over the example with kokomochi?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
There was one part where I think the answer was negative, but I wasn't sure if we put in the negative or the computer puts in the negative after
No,
we
you
type in
do.
the positive.
You do.
I should put in the negative?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just look at my notes for a second to see which part I'm talking about?
Yeah.
One second.
All right. We'll start. We'll go over that.
One question, in fact, about one of the chapter 9 things. So,
Okay. We're gonna go over it.
okay,
All right. Give 2 minutes, and 8:05 we'll start,
sure.
and we'll go over it. Give me 1 second. I just don't know. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's go back. Um, so chapter 9. Let's look at the homework. Okay, so I'm going to start with the kokomochi. All right. So can you see the screen?
Yeah, we see the screen.
Okay, so first thing first, It's 9.4. And then 1.8. Now, I need your help. Tell me we're going to do this together. Tell me we're going to say 1 minus 0.36. So 0.64, I'm going to write it down. You guys got to help me. 0.64 times 9,400,000. What is that? 0.64 times 94, 9,400,000.
That's going to be 6,016,000.
6,016. Now, for the second part, you're going to tell me what is 75% of 1.8. 0.75, right? 1 minus 0.25.
That's 1,350,000.
Okay. So this is going to be negative, right? Negative 7,366,123. Right? That makes sense?
Yes, that's the correct number.
Okay. Now let's subtract that from
Wait,
here.
can we use the negative here or parentheses?
Yeah, no, you can use negative.
Okay.
Okay, so what's gross profit here? You got to subtract this from this. Anybody? Nobody knows? 9,400,000 plus 9,400,000 plus 18, 1,008,000
Okay, I think
minus.
it's three
What'd you get?
million eight
No, I can hear you. Say it.
3,834,000.
What did you get?
3,834,000.
That's a positive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you have expenses negative 53,00123. Right, that's coming out. Right, those are for the expenses. There's no depreciation. So 3,834,000 subtract 5,300,000 from 3,834,000. What do you get?
I think that's your
Negative
negative 1.466.
1,446.
No, 466.
Right now, what's 35% of that?
It's 513,100.
And what's the balance here?
Give me a second.
Negative 952,900.
Make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So my question was, do we write the negatives for the net income?
Yes, just the way we did it. You know what, Beta, don't start getting, I don't mean you per se. No one should start getting cute and not putting the negative, because what can happen is it can throw you off. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. If you write the negatives, it's easier to see.
Exactly. It can throw you off. And once it throws you off, then you get confused, and it's like being lost in the car, even with the GPS. Right? So have your thing mapped out, your plan, and do it the same way I just showed you. Because when you're under pressure trying to figure this out, it's going to be quite a headache. Okay? So do it with the negatives. Don't get cute. Now the other ones don't have it, right? The other ones don't have it. So everybody get this? You do the same thing on this side that we just did here. Same exact thing. The only thing that this one doesn't have, it doesn't have any expenses. Right? So this would be 7.4. This would be 1.8. And then you do the exact same thing. You take you say 0.64 times 74, and then 0.75 times 1.8. And that's also a negative number. And then you do your thing from here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, 7400. What's 36%, 64% of that? Anybody? Let's do it. We know one is 1350. We know that. We got that one already. So what's 0.64 of 77,400,000?
That's 4,736,000.
Okay. So this one is going to be 4,736,000 plus 1,350,000. How much is that? Anybody?
Wait, could you repeat what I'm adding?
You're adding the cost of goods sold. So you're doing 0.64, which is 1 million, which is 7,400,000 times 1 minus 0.36. This one is 1.8 million times 0.75. Right? Once you get those answers, you subtract that. That's going to be your cost of goods sold. That's your profit margin. Right?
Okay.
That's going to be the cost of goods sold. Got it?
Yeah. Okay, so the cost of goods sold is 6,086,000.
Okay, so that's 6,086,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's the gross profit here? So you're going to subtract this from here. Subtract this one from these numbers. So 6,086,000, and you're going to subtract from 1.8 and 7.4. How much is that?
3,114,000.
Okay. Now this one, you had nothing here, right? Zero. So we're going to bring down this 3,114,000, right? Now what's 35% of that?
$1,089,900. So, yeah,
That's going to be negative.
yes,
That's right. That's going to be negative. And what's left here when you subtract this from this? So it's 1,089,900, right?
2,024,100.
2 million
24,100.
100, right?
100, yeah, 100.
Makes sense, guys? And I mean that both ways for women and men, right? Makes sense, right? So where's anybody's, this is what I was telling everybody. This is where everybody gets stuck. This part right here. Right? So let's do this one more time. So this 9.40, you're going to say minus times minus 1.36. Same thing you're going to do here. And this one, you're going to say 1.8 times 1 minus 0.25. Right? You want to know how much, not how much is off, but how much you've made. Right? So we have to subtract this right here, right? So we're going to say 0.64 and 0.75 for both, and then we subtract them because that's the cost that it cost us for the goods sold, right? Then in this one, right, we have a positive number coming down, but we have expenses, which are negative always. Then we subtract from our, right? This 3,834,000 from this 5.3, we're going to get a negative number, right? So we get 35% of this negative number. Remember, in taxes, when we lost money, we lose money, we pay, we get, we can get money back, right? And when we gain, we have to pay taxes on it, right? On this side, we've gained, so we have to pay taxes. So like most businesses, the first year, we lose money, right? The second year, we've made money. Any questions here?
Thank you
If you don't,
so much. That really clarified.
yeah, if you don't understand, ask me, right? Because that's what it's all about. Because when, then you have an idea of what to do, right? You have a roadmap. Okay, let's see something else. This one, right? You're going to say 91,000 times 0.24 times 19, right? You can never ever add do a percentage. You got to convert it into a decimal, right? Those things, right? Sometimes you just need a little refresher, a little reminder. So 91 times 0.24 times $19. That's how you get this. So it looks something like this, right? But you don't do this. They know they're trying to trick you. This should be 0.24. Because the answer would be wrong if you do 24 instead of 0.24. All right, let's look again. What else? Okay, so this one is saying, this one wants to know what the incremental earnings are, right? So that's without adding the depreciation back, right? That's without adding the depreciation back. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to put in parentheses, we're going to say 3,800,000 minus 1.2 divided by 9,700,000 plus 53,000 divided by 5 in parentheses. Then we say 1 minus 0.35. So it's going to be 0.65 after you've done the parentheses, right? So it's going to look something like this, right? Just like this, right? So this is first, 9,700,000 plus 53,000 divided by 5, because you're going to do the order of operation, right? And then you say, after you do that, after you do this, then you're going to say 3.8 minus 1.2 minus this. Then the answer you get, parentheses, right? Then the answer you get, you say times 1 minus 0.35, which is 0.65. So the answer is 422,110. That's it. That's the answer. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's see. We did that. We did this. Okay, so here in this situation, we know this formula calls for where you add and you subtract. However, if your forecast is decreasing, right, where the formula calls for a negative, so it's a plus. So it's 1,200,000 and you have a double negative. So which means that the amount gets increased. So it becomes 1.3. So it looks something like this, right? Free cash flows, earning plus depreciation, subtract change in net working capital, right? Net working capital. However, the net working capital decreased. So it becomes a double negative. So you add it on, right? So the answer is 1,000,000. And that's it. Okay, so here, right, it says show sales. So it's 982. Cost of goods sold, right? You can do this. You say 501. I want to see something. I'm going to do what we did, right? And then we're going to say gross profit. So 982 minus 501 is what? Anybody? Is that 480?
481,000.
481. Right? And what's the depreciation here?
96,000.
Okay. So what's earning before interest and taxes? Anybody? What should I do?
285,000.
385,000. 385,000.
285.
Okay. And what's 40% of that?
154,000.
And what's the answer here?
231,000.
Okay, now last part. What do I do here?
Add back
You
the
subtract
depreciation.
yeah, the depreciation. No, you added back, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Don't mess that up. That's right. We add that back up. So 231 plus 96 is what?
327,000.
That's it. Right? Don't get cute. We know that cost of goods sold is negative. Right? We know depreciation is negative. We know if we made money, we're going to pay taxes. That's going to be a deduction, right? And that's going to be 231. However, this right here, this is to lower our taxes, right? If we didn't have the depreciation, if depreciation was zero, we didn't have it, 481 would have been brought down. And 40% of 481 isn't 154. It's a lot more. It's almost double, right? It's almost double that, right? So now what happens is once you get the earnings, you add back the taxes, and that's it. One thing I must say, take your little notes make sure that you can read your notes. Don't scribble anything. Take your time because you're competing against yourself. So do not defeat yourself. So here it is right here. And you see how they have it on here. Okay. See if it takes that. Oh, it doesn't. So you're going to have to do it. You see that? Now, what's the depreciation? Somebody help me here.
1.5 million. Oh, and then you have to divide that by
1.5 divided by 5. 300,000.
yeah, 300,000.
Okay, so what's the answer here? All right. What's the answer? Anybody?
Uh, 1.8 million.
Anybody else?
6 mil 9.
609?
6,900,000.
Let me see.
Wait,
Is it
hold on.
1.5?
Who else? Anybody?
1.5?
Good. You have to subtract the 300, these two from this part. Okay. So now let's do this. Your tax rate is 33%. What's 33% of 1,000,005?
495,000.
4 million?
495,000.
So what's the earnings? You made money now.
$1 mil 50.
No,
I mean,
5.
1,005.
1,005,000.
Good job. And the depreciation?
300,000.
And net working capital. So it went from 200 to 305.
105,000.
Which way?
Negative.
Okay. So do the rest.
1,200,000.
Excellent. When you see this, this is an increase, right? This is an increase. So you subtract. Unlike the other one, which was a decrease, right? You add, right? So this one, this is the only negative that you're going to have in this problem. Everything else, you're supposed to figure it out, right? First thing we know is sales. That's one. Cost of goods sold is negative. Depreciation is negative, right? Once we get this number, it's going to be a positive number, most likely, right? The taxes are going to be a negative because we made money. We got to pay taxes. After we get our earnings, right, we add back the depreciation. We got to add back what we took out, right? And then the net working capital, right, has gone from 200, increased 200 to 305. So we have less money to play with. So this becomes negative 105. And then we get 1.2. Hold on 1 second. If you don't understand, right? If you don't understand, ask me, we'll do it again. If everybody got it, let's see. Okay, so let's do this one. This one, first answer is negative 99049. Wait,
9,949,000.
did I put that? 9 million? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the first part. The second part is we're going to say parentheses, right? We're going to say 4.4, 4,400,000, 4,400,000 minus 1,400,000, right? Divided by 9,949,000, right? Divided by 5. Once we get that answer, we say 1 minus 0.65. We're going to get that answer, right? After we finish with that answer, we're going to say 9,949,000 divided by 5. That answer we add to the answer we've got. So it's going to look something like this. Just like this. Nothing else, right? 4.4 minus 1.4 minus 9,900,000 plus 49 divided by 5. Right? Once we get that, we're going to say times 1 minus 0.35. It's going to be 656. Now we add back the depreciation. So we're going to say 9,900,000 plus 49 divided by 5. Once we get that answer, we say 656 plus this answer is going to be 2,646,430, and that's what our answer is going to be. 2,646,430. If you copy this, go over it a couple of times, the mistake that I usually see people make, the first one is this one. Think of it this way. You have a company and you just bought a large piece of equipment, So you are out this money from 0 days, from the onset. You're out of it. You don't have 9,949,000. That's out, right? That's a negative. Once you start, this is going to be what your free cash flow is going to be for the next 5 years, right? That's what this is saying. Okay. Any other questions that you don't understand? Any chapter, just ask me now, please. Come on, guys. You mean to tell me you got everything? Everybody's good now? Okay. So the whole thing was chapter 9. Everything else, everybody understands.
How about we go over chapter 2?
Chapter
The
2?
gross margins, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor, for a great semester.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
I'm
My
going to do
pleasure.
the evaluation.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't see that. I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm actually doing the evaluation right now.
Oh, so I better be on my best behavior, huh? I better be on my best behavior. Okay. Someone left the class. Okay. No problem. I guess they get it. All right. So this one, Rosa? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, that's a good one to do.
Okay. So this right here. Okay, let's look at this together. Okay. So you're going to say, first part, you're going to say sales minus cost of sales divided by sales. So 10,800,000 minus 6.3 million, 6,300,000, right? Divided by 10.8 times 100. So it's going to look something like this. Hold on. So it's going to look something like this. Do you see it?
Yes.
So the first part, 10.6, your gross profit minus the cost of sales, right? And then 4.4, the answer you get, your gross profit, you want to see what the margin is. The margin of your profit, meaning the amount, right? The margin. So it's 41%. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part, right? The second part is saying what's your operating, right? So you're going to say 4.4, right? Minus 530,000 minus 1.2 million minus 1.3 million. right? So it's going to look something like this. And then divided by 10.6. You always divide it by the sales, right? So it's going to look something like this. 4.4 minus 530 minus 1.2 and minus 1.3 equals 1.370. Then you divide that by 10.6, right? And then you're going to get 12.9. I believe you multiply by 100, or you can move the decimal place 2 places, right? Now, the next part, we're going to say 1,370,000, right? Divided by 1 minus 0.35. So 1,370,000 times 0.65, right? 1,370,000 times 0.65, right? That's going to be 890,500. After you do that, you say 890,500 divided by 10.6, and you're going to get 8%, 8.40. Okay?
I'm sorry, can you scroll it up so I could take some pictures? I didn't take pictures while you were talking, I was writing. Okay. 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 Okay.
And Rosa, anytime that you're doing this, right, the numbers can't be outrageous, right? It can't be something like the net profit margin can't be 80% or something like that. That's impossible, right? The numbers
Yeah.
have to make sense. Okay, let's move to this one. If I don't touch it, you know why. Hold on, I'm gonna go. Let me go. Wait, let me see something. How about this one? Oh, you can't see it.
Can't see it.
All right. Let me hold on 1 second. I'll show it to you, and then I'm going to this one right here. All right. Hold on a second. Let me show it to you in another way. I'm going to show you on the homework, okay? Hold on 1 second. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So this one is saying that first part, how much will what will be the cost of the purchase of earnings each of the next 4 years, right? So that's the depreciation amount, which is 10.4. So here, it's the same thing, but they're just using different numbers. So you're going to say 10.4 times 1 minus 0.40. So 10.4 times 0.60, right? And this answer is going to be negative, of course, right? This is going to be a negative, right? So we're going 10.4 times 0.60, right? But no, I'm sorry. And this one is going to be just a positive number, right? Now, this right here, the impact on the cash flow is going to be negative. The impact on the cash flow. This stays positive, the impact on the cash flow. So it's going to look something like this. You're going to say negative 6.3 plus 10.4 minus 41.36. Okay, let's explain what happens here. This one, you're out the money, right? Because you just purchased it. So that's a negative, right? Same thing that happened in chapter 9 happens here, right? That's a negative. Second thing that happens, right? The depreciation, right, is also a negative. We know that, which is 6.2. Then, hold on. This is even better, right? This is even better. So we know the first thing, the impact is 6.2. And then the 6.2 minus, right? That's the impact. 10.4, right? Which is what we're going to be charging. I'm sorry, 10.4, which is what we're going to be charging. And the 41.6 is what we paid for the converter, the cycle converter. So we're going to have a balance, a negative balance of 37.4. Now, keep in mind that the impact of cash flow, when you work for a firm, you have to show numbers going out and coming in, right? The impact. So the impact of the cash flow is going to be negative 6.2 plus the depreciation amount of 6.4, right? So the net amount is 4.2. What the depreciation amount is, right? What we can deduct, and actually where we're deducting it from. When you work in a firm, you can't just make up numbers. You just can't say, you have to show them how you came up with this 4.2, right? The way we came up with it is that it's negative 6.2, right? Which is what we're able to charge to the deal, right? On our cash flow. And then 10.4, which is where we're getting it from. So the impact on cash flow for the next 2 through 4 years is going to be 4.2, right? One of the things that happens when you have an audit, right, is to be able to explain your numbers and where you're getting them from. This is what this is. So if I were anybody in this class, take this picture right here. I don't remember if I put this on the test. I might have. Take this picture right here and use this as your guide, and you won't go wrong. Remember on this one, the only negative is here. I put a bunch of the same thing. Same one. Same principle. Okay, now I know that everyone had a problem with this one. Hold on 1 second. All right, can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so this one is where you put the negative, right? So first thing we're going to do, we're going to say 9.83 times 1 minus 0.35, so it's 0.65. So 0.65 times 9.83 is negative 6.39. And there would be no effect on next year's earnings because you're taking everything up front. The second part is also going to be a negative answer. 2.14 times 1 minus 0.35. 2.14 times 0.65. And that's going to be negative 1.39. They're giving you the number here, and they're giving you the number here. Don't try to get this right here. It's already given to you. The number's here already, right? Don't try to calculate the number. The number's here as far as what you're depreciating, right? It's here, and it's here. And both of them are negative. And on the first part, because you've taken all your depreciation up front, there will be no impact. There will be no effect on next year's earnings. Zero. Zero. Everybody's good on this?
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Anybody? What other questions do you have you're not sure about? Anything? Any chapter? Okay. All right. I don't want to. We got this. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Listen. This is the last night we meet, and if you're ever on campus, please stop by to say hello, and I would like to meet you guys in person. Absolutely. And it's been a real pleasure, and I wish you the best. I plan to grade up. In other words, if you have 88, let's say 84, I'll make it 86, but I'm not going to make 84 to 90. All right, so forget about that. I plan to round it up. All right. We had great attendance. We had a great class, great participation, and I had a good time with this class. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Good night. Good luck. And don't worry, you're very welcome. I will. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Professor,
See you
the
guys.
final is at 8 p.m., right?
8 p.m.
Next, the 25th.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. You have a great
Okay.
evening.
All right. Bye-bye.
The professor, the final is 2 hours long or an hour and a half?
It's 2 hours, but it's special, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
You got
Thank
it? Okay.
Thank you, Professor. Have a good
Okay.
night.
All right. You do the same. Okay.